Imagine that your child was born with a life-threatening heart defect. Now, imagine that you live in the mountains of Honduras. Where would you find help? Could you find help? This situation is a reality for many, and the Friends of Barnabas Foundation is seeking them out. Our pediatric cardiac program began with mountain medical clinics. Volunteer doctors and nurses performing examinations placed a stethoscope on a child's chest and heard a murmur where a strong heartbeat was expected. These children were referred to FOBF's extended care program for further evaluation by our staff and specialists in Honduras. If in need of further cardiac care, the child is enrolled in the Pediatric cardiac program and closely monitored, awaiting assessment from our screening team, a mission that travels to Honduras every November to evaluate each child's health and prepare them for future surgeries. Last year, 97 children received this care in collaboration with the staff of Semesa Hospital in San Pedro Sula, Honduras. The sharing of knowledge and training of our Honduran counterparts is key to creating a sustainable program. With this screening information, surgical team planning begins, and as names are entered into spreadsheets, lives begin to be forever changed. As the surgery schedule develops, the Barnabas House staff begins picking up mothers and children. The preoperative time spent at our center frees children of parasites and infections. Malnutrition and protein deficiencies are overcome with good food. The children are evaluated daily by our doctor and see specialists as needed. Each child also visits a dentist for cleaning of teeth and the removal of teeth with cavities, reducing chances of infection. In the U.S., surgical coordinator Lori Cordova confers with surgeons and cardiologists, planning the specifics of each child's procedure, including those of many children referred to FOBF by other organizations. February's surgical mission begins with the movement of people. Children and mothers board the bus to make the journey from the Barnabas House to the hospital. And almost 50 team members from across the U.S., surgeons, nurses, technicians, and ministers, all make it to Honduras with luggage full of vital supplies and equipment. Upon arrival, 2 days are required to equip the operating rooms and set up the anesthesia and perfusion machines. And a pediatric cardiac ICU is established, making Semesa Hospital the center for child heart care in all of Honduras. The first procedures performed are diagnostic catheterizations, which create roadmaps for surgeons to later follow. Next are the therapeutic catheterizations, correcting valve problems and other defects. The devices required in the cath lab are very expensive, but the good that they accomplish is miraculous, allowing most of these patients to return home on the same day as their catheterization. This year, the cath lab performed 42 successful procedures. With this work completed, the operating room opens its doors to cardiologists, surgeons, anesthesiologists, and technicians. They perform open heart and closed heart surgeries that require 3 to 4 hours of intense work for each child. These children are often the most fragile and in the greatest need of intervention. This year, FOBF's volunteer surgeons held the hearts of 21 children in their hands and changed lives forever. Imagine that your child had a heart defect. Imagine a doctor saying, "Your child is now healthy." 2 to 3 days are spent in the ICU under close monitoring while little hearts adjust to their new repairs with the help of external pacemakers. Some children are then able to return home shortly thereafter to lead normal lives from that day forward. Others stay at the Barnabas House to gain strength and remain free of infection. A common complaint from parents: "My child has too much energy. They act like children for the first time." These children will receive follow-up care from FOBF staff and have yearly follow-up visits with their surgeons and cardiologists. This surgical mission is also a spiritual mission, and child life specialists and pastoral care workers play a vital role throughout. Each procedure commences with prayer for child, for family, and for surgeons. And just as Honduran cardiologists observe and learn surgical procedures, we've witnessed the doctors, nurses, and staff becoming more interactive with their patients and realizing the necessity of spiritual care. The Friends of Barnabas Foundation guides our volunteers and supporters to make the world a little better, one child at a time. The dedicated care of the Pediatric cardiac program exemplifies this motto. This year, the lives of 63 children were forever changed. To date, 162 life-saving procedures have transformed worry into joy. Simply put, a child lives because of the hands of a volunteer. A child lives because of the giving hearts of our supporters.